Om Shanti and welcome back to Light of Knowledge with Sudesh Didi. In our previous episode, we discussed a few situations where we can keep our cool in dealing with difficult situations and difficult people. We will continue this discussion today and explore more situations that we come across in our daily life. And Didi will give us the answers, and this will help us when we come in such a situation. It will help us to keep our cool. Om Shanti and welcome back, Didi, to Light of Knowledge.
Om Shanti.
Didi, we discussed a few situations in our previous episode. And, today I wanted to talk about the difficult situations and difficult people at work. First, we can start off by talking about coworkers. There is a lot of competition these days in any kind of industry, workplace. So it is very important to have the trust of your coworkers. But many times it does not happen because of the competition, and then the tempers flare up. So again, how do we keep our cool?
So see, we are actually talking about in the program Light of Knowledge.
Right.
So what is the light? Light helps us to see, and knowledge is actually the light. So I know that we are to work together, for example, if it's row workers.
Yes.
And have to work in the same situation where the other person is.
Right.
So when we're thinking co-workers, both have to work.
You know what? You just made it clear. Co itself means cooperation.
Cooperation.
Right.
And so here, what is the problem here? That we begin to have expectations more than the other person. For example, maybe sometime if we don't have the knowledge, what is this person, it is not every day, does not happen the same situation. It's once in a while. And then once in a while our expectations are not fulfilled, then we react. And we say, this person is always doing same. But in fact, it's not always doing same. No. But we have this habit of one-time mistake, we make it for all the time.
Right.
We say it like this.
Yeah, we brand the person, like he's negative or she's always like this.
Right.
Yeah.
So I am actually not cooperating that person of understanding the situation. Why today is like this? Maybe some person, there are could be different reason. So that person is not doing his work with the enthusiasm that I want to have. With enthusiasm I am doing. So now it is actually that person we are working with, I'm working with, is not so much enthusiastic as I am.
Yes.
So I compare my quality with the other person's quality. But then if he's not enthusiastic, he must be certainly focused on something, which means I am enthusiastic, but I might be not focusing. And so I have to check, is it really my expectations only the quality that here I'm not competing him, but I'm expecting. And in fact, I don't want if he becomes the same enthusiastic with me, then what will be my reaction? So really it is co-working. It means that we are cooperating each other. That it's like a machinery. And in that machinery, not same part, the part of the machinery will do the other work.
Right.
So that person has one quality, I have another quality, another person another quality. So it's no question of comparison, and it's not question of competition. It is co-worker means cooperation.
Right.
And so when I have the good wishes for that person and accepting him, yes, might be some people are lazy and I don't like, I understand that person is lazy. Then at that time, I have to actually talk to him that you are so good, but must be some reason that you are not actually giving your time, energy.
Right.
In this way, is your mind at focus somewhere else?
Right.
So it means I am hinting the person with not to criticize him,
Okay.
but to make aware. So on one side, I want as like a help myself,
Right.
and so that work can be done. Not all the pressure comes on me.
Right.
I don't want that I have to take all the pressure on myself.
Exactly.
The work has to be done.
Yeah.
And if that person is lazy, it means the responsibility will come on me.
Didi, at this point, I just thought of one thing. Because we talk about this world being very competitive, same scenario of two co-workers. I may feel that if I'm going to help the other person, then he or she may get the promotion, and I may not get the promotion which I deserve. So that also kind of holds me back from giving to the other person. But at the same time, we have heard so many stories that giving is receiving.
Yeah.
So how does that fit into this?
In fact, it is not any kind of physical help. Because that person's character will develop he will develop his personality according to his own attention, his own care, his own dedication, his own qualities, relationship. There are many things. Okay. The progress is not that the other person is giving a physical cooperation.
Right.
It is individual character, personality of every person that allows him to go ahead or blocks him. But then sometimes there are very subtle expectations of each other, or we begin to feel perhaps this one is going very fast and I don't want to him go very fast.
Right.
But in fact, it's not a question. It is just we are like driving on the same route, and this is other person is slow. I can go fast, but I cannot cause an accident. There are 3 lanes to walk, to go, to drive.
Right.
And if I have to overtake, I have to take a right way, not from wrong way.
Right.
So in this way, I will get whatever my qualities are, that will definitely be accepted by other person. But it is no question of comparison, because there are no 2 people the same.
Right.
Individual qualities are different.
Right.
One quality may be the other person very bright, and that another quality would be very, very shining, drawing attention of mind, which is not so shining in the other person.
Right.
It's not a comparison, and it's not a competition either, because with what should I compete? Either I should have to become so qualified that I say, and if I have a feeling of that I am less and that person is more, then what it is that I have to improve, which is not to compete him, but progress my own self.
Right.
So in this way, I am certainly getting the signal that I have to make progress, but not compete with the other person. What is the secret? That otherwise, if I'm competing that person, my energy is focused on that person, not on myself.
Right. Right.
And so this is why I have to become aware of my own specialities and working on that, and not having a fear or danger that other person, because of the good quality of the other person, my quality will be undermined.
In another situation, for example, I talked about a promotion. If I get the promotion and my coworker does not get the promotion, it may happen that he or she may start giving me a hard time, being difficult with me.
He's jealous.
And passing remarks like, oh, I deserved it, but you got it. Or, indirectly showing through the interaction that, I got what she or he should have gotten. So basically being difficult. So how do I deal with that?
Now first, this thing is that because this is what their emotions are, their expectations. So it means I am reading their thoughts. Not only I'm reading, but I'm experiencing. Because their expectations for themselves are not fulfilled. And but it's a jealousy is actually jail, which they are putting themselves in. It is not that you have to give them promotion. You can say that if I was boss, definitely I would have given you promotion.
That's right.
So I have good wishes for you. And it is just how I see that we are actually the flowers of the same tree or the fruits of the same tree, and it is definitely you will get progress, but sometime it is on one side. If the sunshine is more, and the fruit becomes ripe very quickly, but that other side will also get it because you have the qualities. It is not that you don't have the qualities. Maybe perhaps you will much get more than what I got received.
That's right.
So you have to not compare with me because I did not get my promotion myself.
Right.
And I cannot. I can have good wishes for you, and I have a not bad feeling. I can understand your expectations, but why should we spoil our relationship with each other?
That's nice, yeah.
Right. So then, in this way, when we are feeling it, I don't have to think this person is very jealous, does not feel good that she should be happy.
Yeah.
She should be happy when I am not upset with that person.
Right.
That person has naturally. This is human consciousness, and what we want to develop is, with knowledge, with the light of knowledge, that each individual has their own time to get some reward.
Right, very important.
This is also like we are sowing the seeds in this field of action where we are working together.
Right.
It's a field of action.
Right.
And so certain things bring fruit immediately.
Right.
It is just like if the seeds of the flowers are there, they might blossom very quickly. If the seeds or vegetables are there, they might take a little bit longer time, but value of that is also more.
Right.
And if it is the seeds of the tree, fruits, that took longer time, but it will remain for a long time, the reward will be there.
That's very true.
And so when we understand the laws of nature, then we won't allow our own nature to be defected.
Can you elaborate on that? This is a very interesting point.
For example, the laws of nature are there, that every time, everything expresses itself its right time and the right reward. For example, that I was giving the example of planting the seeds. So law of nature is that when the right season is there, the right quality of the seed is there, and the right attention of the farmer or the gardener is there.
Right.
Then result would be the nature will bear the fruit, right? Maybe sometimes can be the difficult challenges from the weather, but generally it will be also good. And so this is also the laws of nature in our personality as well. That we can light of knowledge. So light of knowledge is that I know that if the potential is in the person, like in a seed, it will grow at right time.
That's right.
I don't have to compare myself. I don't have to compete anyone. But I have to maintain that potential and water my quality with love and care. And so certainly it might be good quality, but I want immediate fruit. But good quality takes good time as well.
That's true.
The flowers will blossom very quickly. But vegetable will take time to grow, few months. Grains will time little longer time. But a fruit tree will grow in few years. And that the reward is that generation after generation, not only person eats the fruit, but their neighbor, their friends, their children, grandchildren will continue to get. So certain qualities I am not getting now, but in fact I am creating it for my own stability, my inner strength. That is.
So it's important to keep the positive attitude, and like you said, it's important to open a channel of communication with the other person, because a very important point you made, in this kind of situation, even my mind can go on in the negativity. Oh, he's being jealous and he's sending me all these negative vibes.
But and then we begin to speak. Might be the other person is not jealous, but has still expectations, and is not happy. He's not sad because you got, but he is not happy because he did not get it.
That's another important thing.
That's important thing. And I think because he is not happy because I got it. No, But he is not happy that his expectations are not fulfilled.
Very important point.
And perhaps he is going through some realization that he would have done this work better, would have received. And then, in fact, it's inspiring him to do some more work than me, because I did something and he did not do. So it is, why should I think it is jealousy? Maybe I'm inspiration for that person, but it doesn't look like inspiration. But in fact, realization can bring him. I have to have good protection for myself.
That's it, yeah.
I cannot put myself in the prison of jealousy, in jail, that I spoiled relationship with this person.
Right. That's the bottom line. Yeah. Continuing the scenario of the office or workplace, we come to the next scenario with boss and the subordinate. And many times, more often than not, people do experience difficulties with their bosses. Again, maybe it is the expectations, or the boss has that bossy feeling and, that he's my subordinate. I'm not sure what it is, but, and people bring that home. Especially men, I would say, they bring all that stress from the boss home and they take it out on their family. So it, starts like a cascade. So how should a employee take the bossiness of his boss?
Okay, so first thing is that understanding, certainly there's a pressure of the person, of the company or the job that is doing. And in that expectations, he is not actually having patience that and sometimes we, those who are working, also have a lot of expectations from the boss as well, that boss should be very cool.
Okay,
right?
That's true too.
That's also, he should understand us. Whatever problems are at home, we have come with so much effort and coming. So certainly it is true that tension is on both sides. So if I am understanding that boss is a boss and wants to show his bossiness, at the moment it's true, he is a boss. But I am not working for him. I am working for my own self.
Oh, okay.
When I think he's a boss, I allow double bossy.
Oh, okay.
Because why I am working here and have to accept him boss, because I want to support my children. I want to support my family.
Correct.
And so certainly I am bringing that pressure from my home as well. And they are also bringing pressure. Then they are not able to actually provide what they should be able to provide. And the work is important, because then that if they want to give me money, they should have production. They should have an environment that people can work together. So what we begin to compare, or we begin to complain, or we begin to think of what kind of karma I have. Such a place that I don't feel joy, I don't feel happiness, but I have to work all the time. So it means we are making the atmosphere not joyful when we are just talking about it. But we are understanding that pressure is, anyway, there is a pressure. But then I have to create lightness in the atmosphere so that I don't absorb that pressure. I observe that it is like a drama. Everyone is playing, is a drama. But I think I don't have to say it's karma. Oh, what kind of karma I have. I have to suffer. When I say it's karma, it means I create a bondage. Right? And if I think it's a drama means this person is playing actually bossy. When I'm saying he's a bossy, he's playing bossy.
So this is bringing a lot of clarity in the mind. Like drama and karma, when you put it in these two words.
So he's playing bossy. And so at this time he's wearing this mask now of being a boss. But in fact, reality, this person is also a lot of pressure in his family. He's also subservient of his family. Or subservient of his position to get respect, to get some kind of attention, or certainly, or work should be done to make people give the impression that he's a very good person, he's a person, he can do everything perfect. So he also wanted to be known.
Keep his image.
Keep his image. And that image is not of alone himself. He is in fact dependent on us as well, because we are working together. So I don't have to take pressure of that person.
Okay.
So it's like that time I'm in not only pressure from that, but people are working. They are also sometimes different. They are also I am helping them, and they are also criticizing me. I got to go home. Then people have expectations. So in fact, all in reality don't want all these kind of things. But now in this. They are not seeing themselves as a real pure being. They are seeing themselves only to get something from others, love, respect, position, speciality, appreciation. People have forgotten that in fact all have become empty. How can empty person give reward to the empty person? So then I have to maintain what I have in myself, my qualities, and just watch drama like I'm in a Mickey house. And I am just in a Disneyland, and a Mickey Mouse is playing the role. Right. So behind the mask there is a good person, but at the moment he's wearing a mask of a monkey or a mask of another person.
That will definitely lighten up the situation in my mind when I think like this.
Right. Yeah. So then that at least I make my pressure not blowing out, but I make my pressure into pleasure, and then relax myself. So don't absorb the situations, but observe it. Then I continue to do work that I do. In this way, I am changing the atmosphere of the place, which help me as well as help others.
Right.
And sometimes, whatever situation is, we need to speak with each other. How we should help. How should we actually, if we want something to create make a place of pleasure, then we have to really wake ourselves. Nobody else can help in this way. So, with our expectations.
Very nicely explained. I loved that explanation. Didi, thank you so much for this wonderful explanation. I had a lot of clarity, even as I was listening to you. You know, there was a lot of clarity and a lot of situations that you brought into this discussion. So we will definitely continue with our next episode with another topic. And we look forward to having you back again with us in our Godlywood studio. So hope to see you again.
A pleasure to meet you again.
Didi brought up some very important and very essential points today about the drama and the karma. Look at it as a drama. You know, all of us are actors and we are just playing our part, and not blame the karma for what's happening in the life. And another important point she made, which brought a smile to my face, was think that that person has put on a mask, and be it a Mickey Mouse or whatever you want to think, and behind that is a very peaceful, quiet, pure person. So these thoughts will definitely help us with the difficult situation. So with these words, we would like to wrap up this episode. And as always, we thank you for watching us, and we'll see you again in our next episode. Until then, Om Shanti.